Damn. Nasty.
In there, love. Ollie! Hello? Oh, I know she's fake. I'll be back later. Dirty ass house. God damn, how the fuck did they live like that? That's just nasty. Who's next? Who's next?
How come she not coming out?
I don't know.
Scary.
Because I'm telling you,
she's her Gloria's mom.
because I'm telling you, a lot of her fake ass friends, they know what's going on. They know where my daughter's at. They act like they don't. But what they're trying to do is throw everybody off and tell them different stories. She's there because those dogs are sitting right there looking. I'm gonna go down right here at the gate and I'm gonna go down the gate and see if he's there and see if they're scary like this. Don't play with me. I'm not nobody to play with. You think my daughter was a bitch? If you don't have nothing nice to say and you don't want to say the truth, then don't say nothing at all. You know what I mean?
Right. It's kind of windy out here, guys, so I'll do the best I can with the audio.
I want answers just as much as you do, so.
This is the normal person that my daughter was with. All these other people, I don't know what she was thinking.
And I heard that Ivan got kicked out of his property.
Yeah, but he went to go record on his drone. Yeah. There's a lot of traffic going out. There's people there still. Where did she go?
Because I delivered them a pizza last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't usually deliver, but the driver took like 5 deliveries and it was the end of the night and he left one. So I took it. Oh. That's Matt's house.
Who's Matt?
The guy, I don't know. She was Gloria. They're using Gloria.
Sandra? I guess her sister's a lesbian. She lives up there. You probably know who she is. Dopey.
Oh, the name. What was his name?
Dopey?
No.
No, Dopey. Babe, I need your body.
Dopey had a girlfriend and like a ditzy girlfriend. She'll do like anything she says. They would always be together. Every time I seen Gloria and them together, she was always with her.
Oh, fool. This girl Sandra fucking texted me.
Which Chewy?
I don't know, babe. She didn't want to give me the names. It kept on erasing. I need somebody's body. Chewy? See
Who else
that?
could it be?
See it?
Bouncer, it said.
Right there.
It's for
Yeah.
sure Gloria's trailer.
They said
Yeah,
they didn't go
if
in,
you
the
read
door
all the
closed.
text messages,
The door closed
Yeah,
everywhere, but
that-
it didn't go in.
that
My
Sandra,
phone's in your car. I'll call her for it now. I
Sandra-
know where he lives, but I can't take you guys to his mom's house. Let's show up.
no, don't. I don't want him to tell you. I don't want you to tell him anything.
No, I won't.
I want him to meet us.
Okay.
Tell him to meet us.
Okay, well,
I mean,
yeah, no, Chewy. I've known Chewy for her. Yeah, he is. Yeah, no, yeah, but he said give him like 10 minutes because I just woke him up right now.
who is this guy?
This is Mark. Gloria's
He's the one that told you about the trailer.
Yeah,
Okay, this is the one that told
he knows a
her
lot.
that the trailer was throwing.
No, that he got told that from somebody who lives at Ivan's house.
Okay, well, he needs to tell me that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and then he's gonna come out and talk to you. Just be nice to him. He's really good. He knows a lot about the case because Gloria would stay here. You know, he's really on
But
it.
baby, you don't understand
Mamas.
what it gets me.
I know,
is
because he's the one that I
they
would
all
send.
fucking know something, but they don't want to say anything.
He's the
You
one.
know,
look,
like,
look,
if you're not
look,
gonna fucking help, don't say nothing.
look, he's the one that I would send to Ivan's house, and he would come tell me shit. Okay?
So he's the one that was undercover, like you said.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If you've been keeping track of the Gloria Huerta story, this is a pretty twisted story. I mean, Gloria's mom has people playing these games with her, telling her, oh, your daughter's here, your daughter's there, she's buried over here, she's buried over there. Now, it's a straight up circle of people that are all involved with each other, and they all talk together, and they all get into these midnight tweaker hours where they just start gossiping. Somebody knows something, and we will be back right after this. Alright guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. You might just win the lottery.
Why would she call this man and say all this stuff and then not come out?
Because she's a scared bitch, because she heard Gloria's mom.
Why would she bother calling him though?
Because she wants to get her ass. And I want to put it to
Fuck, I won't answer the door either. She fucking open that fucking door. I'm like, damn, what the hell is happening? I'm gonna try to be nice. It's Rita's mom. She's like, come out! Get the fuck out of here!
We heard you talking.
You gotta be nice, babe. You gotta be nice.
You know how to get you nowhere.
Yes, you gotta be nice until they get out, and then you be mean.
That's what I used to tell your dad. You can't just knock on apartment doors and tell people to come out.
Yeah, they're not gonna come out. You gotta be nice. Hi, we're selling cookies.
Oh yeah, I was like, what I say? Holy, it's Maria. I need to tell you something.
I thought you knew her.
I know her. I know her.
Then you go knock at the door by yourself.
We'll try again.
Go knock at the door by yourself, babe.
Yeah, we'll try again.
And remember, at the end of the day, your mother needs shoes because these are black.
Alright guys, so the person that you are about to hear, it's going to be audio only. I'm going to actually be changing his voice for his own protection. I mean, I don't know if he talked about things that are not out there yet, but this is going to only be audio. The person we were waiting for ended up not being home, but this person who approached us lives right there in this area as well.
Well, you probably know Harley. I saw the video, the YouTube, and you know Harley's perspective of it. I talked to Harley too. Harley's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a couple years. And there's a couple things about the phone call that came to him being the last person to talk to her. The couple things don't quite settle with me real right with that, but it's not because I think that's something that Harley did, but I think it had maybe something to do with the girl that he was with. And I saw the information, and I see the part where you were chewing her out for lying to Harley, and like I can't remember like how it all figured out, but I thought that it was odd because the guy that Tracy started seeing with Spider, you know about him?
I heard about Spider.
Okay, when me and Gloria were hanging out, we went through the desert one night to a guy named Wayno's house out over here in the desert. And I can't even get to Wayno's. Yeah, I know it's right across the street from Ivan's, like somewhere, but I couldn't even take you back there because it was so damn dark. And yeah, so now I haven't seen Spider. Now Spider's mom lives right behind me in this apartment right here. And so Spider, I see him coming up. He's up in my house every now and then. He's all right, but I know he's a piece of shit.
And Tracy get married?
I saw.
Because the funny thing about it is, when my daughter became missing, all of a sudden Tracy was gone.
Yes.
And I heard she got married, and apparently he beat her up. That's why she had a broken arm.
Yeah, well, they both disappeared like within a week, I think, of Gloria's disappearance, and did this whole like marriage thing, and they ended up going to Wisconsin, I think it was, and staying at her brother's, where he then kicked her ass up there, and they picked him up at his brother's house and left her stranded, and basically I think Harley had given her some money to come back and what have you. Now recently I just barely saw Tracy, like maybe like 3 weeks ago I just barely saw Tracy. I wanted to talk to her, and she said we could talk. I asked her if she was with Spider or what that was about, and she said, yeah, they got married, you know, but that they weren't together, you know, because he kept beating her ass. Now, I already know this about him because I know some people close to him, and I know his mom. I
So
know that
why do you
Spider's
think the
decent.
call was shady that my daughter was on the phone with him?
Well, I didn't really know that. From what my understanding is, per Harley, is that they just met recently too. That they're not like longtime friends. And that there was an altercation. I know that Harley and Tracy had just before the whole thing kicked off with her taking off with Spider out there. Is that Tracy has some kind of history with Gloria, which Gloria explains that to me a little bit. And Gloria was pissed off because she was friends with Tracy, and she stood up for Tracy a few times in the shit with Harley, because Harley was kind of putting his hands on Tracy too. But she was, at the same time, she was fucking around behind Harley's back with Spider. Now, when she had put herself out there and was like, okay, dude, you're gonna stop putting your hands on my girlfriend, you know, that's fucking bullshit, you're a dude, blah, 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 blah. Put Harley in check, basically. And then Tracy goes and starts doing the shit behind Harley's back, which kind of spawned the whole Harley and Gloria friendship. So, the thing about it to me is that it seems that there's like a trio of situations between Harley, Tracy, and Spider, like a triangle, okay? And what Tracy had done is crossed that and, you know, kind of fucked Gloria around by putting her name out there, you know, and like, you know, defending her and then making her look stupid by going around fucking around with that dude. And Spider was putting his hands on her. And so she was running back to Gloria and being like, yeah, this dude's putting his hands on me now. So at the peak of that little situation, when I was hanging out with Gloria, we was going to Wayno's house, and we were just talking, not even like an hour before, and she was, you know, saying how she was gonna fucking put, you know, Spider's ass in check and da-da-da-da. And in the middle of the night, in the dark, we see just a ghostly soul just walking in the shadow of the dark. I mean, it's like 11 o'clock at night, pure black desert. And who is it? It's fucking Spider. Like, no bullshit. And I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Gloria stops car. There's like 2 other people in the car. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, dude, let me get out and talk to him. So, no, I don't need you. You're my guest in this car. I'm just like, it's my car. Like, like, she gets out and she tells Spider, and she gets in the face and tells him exactly where the fuck it's at, you know? And he was getting a little hypey for a second. She shut that shit down for a second. I was gonna get out, but so no, fucking door. I'm just like, all right, fuck. I was like, she's big enough. She's gonna do this, you know. He saw me in the car, and Spider was just like, oh shit, Mark. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, man. I was like, be cool, bro. I was like, you're gonna have to hear this one, bro. You're on your house. And she lit him up, and you know about the putting his hands on Tracy shit. So.
But what about the call that you don't feel like it was right?
Well, because when I heard about it, that was the following thing is that after Marina had showed up, then Harley showed up. I think it was same day or not the next day. I think it was even the same day. Yeah, that about the phone call. Yeah, that he said he was the last one to talk to Gloria. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I was like, that's funny because Marina was here and she said she's the last one to see Gloria. And now you're here at my doorstep saying you're the last one to speak to her. Like, why are you guys at my door telling me this shit? Like, what a...
So
like,
you showed up at my house with the text message from Harley.
From Harley, right?
Yeah, and showed me the text messages. Yes, and I did see the text messages. My daughter was talking to him.
Well, this is what...
And the phone call was pinned to my daughter's phone that Harley was talking to Gloria when this happened. And it was a guy's voice in the background that Harley heard, not a girl.
Just hit the last call that she made. I'm thinking if you were stabbed and you were trying to call somebody, you would just hit that green button for the last, and it would just be the last.
Yeah, but I don't understand, why didn't Harley call the cops?
I don't understand that either. I have text messages between me and him, and me telling him that. Like, why the fuck would you not call the cops? I don't understand that. Any of you guys, all you guys are supposed to be friends.
This is the whole thing that fucks me up on the whole fucking case with Harley, Tracy, Gloria, and you know, Marina. I don't know what her involvement was, why she left her there if she was so concerned. And then after the fact, Okay, but she knows Mikey Maldonado, who I know was questioned on the case. You know, there's a circle. JD, all them. They're all like in this benign circle of people who don't really associate on the outside. If you were to just go to the local tap or go to the market, you're not going to see any of these people together for any other reason. But somehow, it's like, you know, you're never going to find Mikey and Harley hanging out or even talking. Like my friend Stretch, who introduced me to Maria, Harley and Stretch don't even like each other, like at all. You know, the associations by how this circle all comes about is really weird. So the problem that I had with it is, yes, I had the same question, like, well, if you got the last phone call, this is what he told me. He says, I called Tracy, and I told Tracy to go over there because her mom lives over by Ivan. Okay, so you sent Tracy over there, and so when I'm talking to him, I'm going like, well, what the fuck did Tracy say? Did she call back? Did she go over there? Who did she go with? And so I don't know. I haven't heard back from Tracy. I'm like, dude, that was like 2 fucking days ago. You told me that. What do you mean you haven't fucking? What the fuck, dude? I'm like, everybody's talking about she's missing, dude. And I was like, and you're the last one to talk, and you said you waited like 2 days to find out what the fuck Tracy had to say about it. I'm like, come on, Harley. See, which made me feel like, not that Harley had anything to do with it, but I feel like it was more like something that happened. In my mind, I feel like something that happened where it was like Tracy was trying to get a hold of Harley, and Harley was just kind of covering for Tracy. And that was like, that little time frame and delay to me was like, there was no reason, no excuse for Harley to not like either. Because I told him, I says, dude, why didn't you just go down the road?
Why didn't you call the cops?
He told me because it was too far.
Yeah, dude, come on, dude. You're concerned about a girl's calling you, being stabbed on the phone, dude, and you wait 2 days to tell anybody, and you don't call the cops. Now your girl's gone up and fucking wherever. I was like, when did she come back? So I don't know, we're not together anymore. I guess she's married to fucking Spider. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you guys were together like a month ago, and Gloria was micromanaging your guys' relationship.
So do you know the story who Tracy was with, my daughter's boyfriend?
I heard there was a story back in, I don't know when it was, but yeah, I know that there was a story, something about Tracy had messed around with Gloria's boyfriend, like in a previous situation, and that they had a fight.
I know, but you know who?
I don't know who the guy is. I don't know who he is. I suppose if the name was brought back across me, like I would remember if that was the name. I don't. If it's who I think it is, I think the dude, he just died as well. Not too far.
You're talking about?
Well, no, I know Chris. I know Chris died. Menace. I think it might have been Menace, but he's dead now too. I guess he died in OD'd in a car or something up in Lancaster. Oh, that's what I'm Yeah. He's probably cutting the work. So that's where my hang up on pretty much the whole thing.
I talked to Dennis, and he was really, really mad about the situation. I told him, you know, I heard it was Tracy and Ivan. He's like, I'm gonna go over there. And he went over there. And he told me he had some text messages, he wanted to see me about it. He's like, man, I'm gonna get him. He told me, I'm gonna get Ivan, I'm gonna get that motherfucker. Basically, like, he knew for a fact that it was Ivan. And then all of a sudden, a couple days later, he was dead. I never got those messages.
Well, I think it was Tracy, Ivan, Brian, and somebody else.
I heard Brian's name come up. That kid Brian. And I think you had brought me that information.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about it.
I think we had,
Okay, well, we're gonna go. If you think of anything else, please get a hold of them and let them know.
Okay.